Coming up, district basketball competition continues with more key matchups and state-ranked teams going head-to-head. We've got highlights and guests as we hear from the #1 ranked Cedar Hill Lady Longhorns tonight. Plus, big football news out of ALEDO, where 2 coaches are swapping roles.
This is the Chevy High School Sports Special, sponsored by your North Texas Chevy dealers. Chevy drives Texas.
More district basketball action this week. Only about 1 more month to go in the regular season. Hello again, everyone. I'm Joe TRAHAN. The playoff races are on. Girls teams hitting the midway point in district play, and the boys aren't far behind. And as always, the DFW area features so many of the state's top-ranked teams, and that gives us plenty of outstanding games to cover. So here we go. Junior R.J. Hampton leading his 12th-ranked Little Elm team against 4th-ranked Justin Northwest. The Texans have a great player, too, in Avery Anderson. Hampton goes to work here. Check it out. It's a little Euro step and a finish off the glass. The 5-star prospect hasn't committed to a school just yet. But these 2 teams are committed to giving each other the business. Watch this. Hampton gets into it here with Jalen Peterson. A chippy game from start to finish. Northwest then heats up. Avery Anderson coast to coast for the and 1. Anderson is a 4-star prospect for the class of 2019, committed to Oklahoma State. And you'll see why right here. Anderson with the alley-oop to Sammy Freeman, and he throws it down. 9-point lead for Northwest. Later, it's Anderson again. This time he lobs it up for the big man again. Freeman scores again. Northwest up 32-25 at the break. And watch this. The Texans crowd chanting overrated as Hampton and Little Elm walk to the locker room. Hampton clapping along with them. He must have known something. And the Lobos come out on fire in the second half, scoring 20 points in the third, 27 in the fourth. They get a big night from Keith Smith as R.J. Hampton and Little Elm rally past Northwest 72-61. Mansfield and Lake Ridge both coming into their 7-6A meeting Friday, ranked in the state's top 25. Now we're going to pick it up in the fourth quarter with Lake Ridge down by 1 in the final minute, but Joe Medema determined to give his team the lead, and he does. Eagles go up 64-63, and Mansfield calls a timeout. Now Mansfield will play for the final shot in this one. And check out the Lake Ridge coach instructing his defense from way out on the court until his assistant pulls it back. Come on back, coach. The action continues. Mansfield can't get a good shot against the Eagles, but Mansfield's Terrell Williams draws a foul before time runs out. Now Williams will go to the line, and he sinks his first free throw, and we're all tied at that point. After a timeout, Williams shoots his second free throw for the lead, but he misses, and we're going to overtime, tied at 64. Now Lake Ridge would get the ball first, and they score to take the lead on Justice Mamara's basket with an assist from Jalen Lake. The Eagles score on their next possession, too. Joe Medema with 2 more of his game-high 25 for Lake Ridge, and the Eagles never trail in overtime. They get the win over Mansfield, 72-68, the final in OT. The #3 Jesuit Rangers playing host to the Plano East Panthers in a district showdown. Let's pick it up in the first quarter. Rangers moving the ball around, and they get it to Eli Steger. Strong move in the post, and he puts Jesuit up, that is, 8-4. Other end, Evan Williams working hard down low. He gets the 2, and they kept it close early. We're still in the first. Darrell Brown going to dial it in from long distance. Yeah, that's good, and it's 13-8 Jesuit. But Plano East would answer. A.J. Francis with the drive and the foul. No good on the free throw, however. Jesuit leads after 1. Let's go to the second quarter for you now. And here's Julius Marble. Slips by his man, and he's cleared for takeoff. He caps off that drive with a rim rattler. And Anthony Hollerick will add 3 more from behind the arc. And Jesuit gets the win in this one. The final, 57-53. Lots more basketball coverage on the way tonight, but big football news this week when ALEDO head coach Steve Wood decided to take the school district's athletic director job. That opened the door for Tim Buchanan to return to his old job. Jonah Javad has more in our spotlight.
The word dynasty doesn't apply to everyone, but it does for ALEDO football.
It's hard to believe.
The Bearcats won the Class 5A Division II state championship last month. their 7th title in the last 10 years, and their 8th overall, which ties the state record.
You kind of have to pinch yourself sometimes because it's kind of a fairy tale world, honestly.
It was the 3rd championship for head coach Steve Wood.
It's probably been one of the most fun years I've ever had, and I've done it 37 years.
Former head coach Tim Buchanan won the previous 5 before he became full-time athletic director.
About 2 months into it, I realized I made a mistake. I missed coaching.
In high school football, you have the regular season, the postseason, and the postseason when some coaches change jobs. But this is one coaching change unlike the others.
I couldn't have asked for a better situation.
On Thursday, ALEDO announced Buchanan and Wood are switching roles.
This is the perfect storm.
Wood to athletic director, Buchanan back to head coach.
I missed football, and then last couple of years I decided, okay, I'm going to get out of the AD business and go do something else. And so I'd announced that I was retiring.
It was obviously going to be open, and they were going to hire an athletic director, and the best alternative for me was just go do it myself.
Somebody asked me, have you ever seen a flip-flop like this? No, I've never seen that happen.
Usually flip-flops are for the summer, but when your program is as hot as ALEDO, I guess anything goes. Jonah Javad, Channel 8 Sports.
Great stuff there, Coach Buck and Coach Wood. You can't go wrong with either of those two favorites on the program. We've got more basketball highlights still to come meanwhile, and we're talking to the #1 ranked girls team in all of Texas. They're the Cedar Hill Lady Longhorns, and they'll join us next on the Chevy High School Sports Special. Welcome back to the Chevy High School Sports Special, where we continue now with highlights from this week's district basketball action. 5th-ranked Denton Geyer visiting Keller Fossil Ridge Friday. Geyer led by 2 of the top 50 recruits in the entire country, Davion Harmon, and there's Jalen Wilson. Fossil Ridge down 16-0 in the first. Panthers get their first points of the game with 25 seconds left of the quarter. The putback by Nick Irves is good. Fossil Ridge unable to get much going. Geyer, meanwhile, had everything going. There's Jalen Wilson with the step-back 3. The Michigan commit shows the range. Wildcats up 20-7. Later, the ball goes inside to Davion Harmon, double-teamed, but he still puts it up and in. A strong finish by the Oklahoma commit. All Wildcats in this one. Wilson with the rebound, runs the floor, drops it off for the cutting Harmon. Geyer cruises by Fossil Ridge, 80-46. The #1 ranked 6A girls team is Cedar Hill. The Lady Longhorns visiting 9th ranked South Grand Prairie Friday. Second quarter, Cedar Hill playing for the final shot of the first half. The 3-point try by Portia Adams off the mark, but Anna McDowell has time to put it back up and in. Cedar Hill leads 29-14 at the break. Cedar Hill starts the third quarter off with an 11-0 run. Dajane McCarty driving the lane for 2, and the Lady Longhorns led 40-14. South Grand Prairie ends Cedar Hill's scoring run when Vasana Kearney hits back-to-back 3-pointers for the Lady Warriors, but they had a lot more catching up to do. Cedar Hill clicking on all cylinders by the fourth quarter, especially Kyla Howard, who would lead the Lady Longhorns with 21 points, 14 in the fourth quarter alone. And Cedar Hill wins again, 70-42, to stay unbeaten in district. District 7 6A has 3 teams currently ranked in the girls 6A top 10. Cedar Hill, #1, and looking the part after winning the Duncanville tournament late last month and now completing the first half of district play with a perfect 7-0 record. Head coach Nicole Collins and her top-ranked Lady Longhorns join me now. Thanks so much for being here, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for having us.
Coach Collins, let me start with you. You've got a lively bunch. I know we're about to have a lot of fun right now. Tell me how you would characterize this year's group.
I think I would say it's a blended family. We've got a group of kids that have been on our team since they were freshmen and sophomores, and now they're juniors and seniors, and now we've had a few girls that transferred over, and so we've just blended the family and brought them together, and we've just got an incredible group of personality, an incredible group of kids that have an incredible amount of skill and talent, and I think that that's what they've been displaying this year.
Yeah, I like that blended family analogy. So let's meet some of the family members. We're going to meet all seniors. Our first two players are also captains. Kayla Harris, she's a senior guard, as I mentioned, one of the captains of the team. So I'm curious about the team motto, and I love to get the DNA of teams when I ask this. And I know that yours is beat yesterday. So Kayla, tell me kind of where that came from and what it means to you and your teammates.
It really means that like we make mistakes and we just have to overcome them and just not hold on to them and just be a better team than we were the day before. Like, we might have good practices, but our plan is to always be better than what we have been in the past.
And have you seen that growth, right? I mean, can you see that progress and can you see the improvement game to game, week to week, practice to practice? And when you do see it, what does it mean to you and your teammates?
I see it, and like we overcome humps all the time, and I feel like it's just making us stronger as a team, and I feel like it's just making our bond stronger, and it's just helping us play better on the court.
Yeah, you got it. I mean, that's what sports is, right? You got to get better day in and day out. That's how champions are made, and you guys are certainly headed down that path. Up next, we want to meet DJ McCarty. She's a senior wing player. In fact, she's a wing player extraordinaire, according to our meeting today. DJ, let's talk about this group and the big personalities that you guys have and how you blend all those personalities together in that family environment that Coach talked about.
I think like we all have goofy personalities, goofy sides of us, but we also have chill sides of us. So like we'll know when like to stop playing with each other, when to play with each other. Like, it helps us be better on the court and play together on the court.
And is that important too? Because, you know, if you guys can have, you know, those different sides of your personalities, you also know when it's time to work, right, and get down to business. Has that helped the team as well?
Yes, sir.
How does it help? Tell me.
It helps us get better. Like, we push each other. Like, we know when to stop pushing each other. Like, don't go too far, but go far. Like, we know each other's tendencies, habits, and it just helps us be better on the court.
I like that a lot. You got to know when to push. You got to know when you've pushed too far, right? Because that's your teammate. That's your family member. That's great stuff right there. Up next is Taylor Hutchins. She's a senior forward. And Taylor, in terms of what I'd like to talk about with you is the fact that at some point you guys had to know that you were building something special. And I know winning the Sandra Meadows tournament was really a big hurdle for you guys. But it goes back further than that, doesn't it?
Yes, sir. I've been with Coach Collins for 4 years now, and I always talked about how I want to go to state and how I want to be district champs. So being with DJ and Kayla, it pushed me every day to become better, and it helped my team grow better.
Can you tell me what it meant for you as well, going through and continuing to get better, knowing that you were kind of pointing towards this year when you guys would all be seniors together?
Because it's our last year, so we thought we would go out with a bang.
Now, before I introduce our next player, I do want to tick off a few of the first, because this Cedar Hill team, they've really been trailblazers. For the first time ever, they're ranked #1 in state. For the first time ever, they're number 10 in the entire nation. And for the first time ever, they won the Sandra Meadows tournament. Now, they've been in the finals before, but this year they actually won it. They're undefeated so far in district, and they could be the first Cedar Hill team to ever finish district undefeated. So, wow, that's a lot. Let's meet Destiny McDowell. She's a senior forward, and you guys keep ticking off all these first. What does it mean to you, and how does all that accomplishment help you guys get better?
It means a lot to us. It helps us get better because we want to go far. We want to go all the way, so we're going to keep working hard every day so we can go all the way. And
the last thing, what are some of the things that you think, Destiny, that you guys have to do to maximize your potential?
Well, we got to stay healthy, we got to stay together, and we got to stay humble about it all.
All right, you guys are doing a great job of that on the show. Coach, you got a great group, right? So in terms of what you'd like to see from this group as you finish out district and head to the postseason, what are those milestones, what are those touchstones and key components that you want to see from your team the rest of the way?
I would just say just to continue to stay humble, like Destiny said. I mean, it's a huge acknowledgement to be recognized for what we're doing right now, but this is not where we're stopping at. We're looking forward to where we're trying to get, and know that this is a journey that we've got to go on together. And so just continuing to stay together and to pay attention to the details of everything that we're going over in practice and in the games, and never feel like we can ever cut corners. And I just think that our girls are gradually starting to really truly buy into that, and I think that they are now seeing the benefits of what they've put in for the last 2 and 3 and 4 years, and just continuing just to stay together. At the end of the day, it's about family. It's always going to be bigger about that than it is about basketball, and if we'll stay together, then we're going to reap the benefit and the harvest of what we're looking for.
Well, we certainly appreciate you allowing Channel 8 to be a stop on your great journey, because it certainly seems like you guys are going places in a hurry. There they are, the Cedar Hill Longhorns, #1 in the state. Thanks so much, ladies, for being on the show tonight. Great job.
Thank you.
More hoops coverage still to come and more highlights. We got plenty more headed your way. Keep it here, folks. It's the Chevy High School Sports Special. Cedar Hill and South Grand Prairie meeting in District 7 6A boys action Friday. Early in the first quarter, Cedar Hill leads by 1 until SGP's Jordan Roberts hits the three-pointer and the Warriors lead by 2. Later, it's a 4-point game when Cedar Hill's Keldrick Hayes misses at the other end. But watch this. I like the effort. He gets the rebound and the stick back. That's great second effort. Longhorns still trail, and when Michael Wright scores for South Grand Prairie, it's a 4-point lead again for the Warriors, and they go on to win this one by a final of 57-34 over Cedar Hill. LD Bell High School has one of the nation's best junior girl players in Myra Gordon. Gordon and the Lady Raiders hosting San Angelo Central on Friday. Central leads by 2 early in the first. Then Bell will get the ball to Gordon, who scores on the running jumper, and we are tied. Gordon scores the next basket for Bell, too, hitting the 15-footer, but the Lady Raiders still trailed by 1. Gordon scores 7 points in the first quarter, including this 3-point bucket to get the game tied by the end of 1. Bell on a 13-0 run in the second quarter, and then they get the 3-pointer from the corner, and it's a 5-point Lady Raider lead. Then it's 2 more for Gordon. Watch it, I like this. It's a stop and pop. She finishes with 16 points to lead Bell to a 39-34 win over San Angelo Central. Big game Tuesday night in District 8 6A. #2 team in the state, Duncanville, hosting #8 Richardson Pierce. And this has become a habit for Duncanville. Right off the tip, Micah Peavy out in front for the flush. But then literally seconds later at the other end, Drew Timmy goes to the hole and answers with a jam for Pierce. Lots of highlights from the first quarter. After the turnover, Jamias Ramsey gets an open lane to the goal, and we got more throwdown. Like it. Second quarter now, Pierce building a lead behind Timmy, who gets 2 more to put his team up by 6. Duncanville's a tough out, though, and Jamias Ramsey throws it down to help Duncanville tie it by the half, and the Panthers win a close one, 70-68, the final. You know, in high school sports, teams are used to dealing with wins and losses on the field. But unfortunately, this past week, the Denton Guyer soccer team had to deal with a loss much bigger than any game. Tiffany Liu has their story.
Go play. Go enjoy the moment.
In the game of soccer, goalies are protectors. That's what Diego Rivera is to his teammates.
Yeah, let's go. Go play hard for him. Let's go.
A goaltender at Guyer High School, he's described as an athletic, quiet, kind protector to not only his team, but also to his little brother, Daniel.
This is not easy.
Both of them are suddenly gone.
And then it's hard.
On Wednesday, Diego and Daniel were found in their car, overturned in Hickory Creek. They were heading to school and then the mall on Tuesday night, but never made it home.
Sometimes young people are faced with the adversity and the challenges way before you should ever have to face them, but it's a part of life.
This is the first soccer game since the crash, and it's part of a 3-day tournament now renamed as the Diego Rivera Iron Bridge Classic.
He's right there with us, and that's all right.
The boys' families showed up.
I know.
And in this moment, they saw their oldest son's impact on his teammates.
They think that as bad as things hurt, they know it's making them stronger.
The game started with an empty goal to honor their missing goalie, to honor her brothers and their children.
He'll walk right next to you.
In Denton.
Love you.
Tiffany Liu,
Bring it in, let's go.
Channel 8 News.
Now, here's your Chevy Team of the Week, sponsored by your North Texas Chevy dealers.
Key game in District 8 5A Friday between the state's 12th-ranked Little Elm Lobos and 4th-ranked Justin Northwest. Little Elm star junior R.J. Hampton leading the Lobos. Hampton driving for 2 in the second quarter. He would finish with 22 points in the game. Northwest would get 25 from its star, Avery Anderson, going coast to coast here. Northwest went into halftime with a 7-point lead, and they were up 13 in the third quarter before Little Elm would rally. The Lobos coming back in this one to beat the Texans. Little Elm improving to 4-0 in district, and the Lobos are our Chevy Team of the Week. District play continues this week with first half games for boys teams, while the second half of district starts for girls teams like our guest tonight from Cedar Hill. More tests ahead as the Lady Longhorns face Mansfield Tuesday, the number 2 ranked DeSoto Friday. Good luck to head coach Nicole Collins and her team with the rest of district. And thanks again to all these Lady Longhorns for joining us here tonight. And of course, thanks to all of you for spending some time, folks. I'm Joe TRAHAN. Good night and have a great week. And yeah, the horns up is a great way to finish it. We'll see you soon.
This has been the Chevy High School Sports Special, sponsored by your North Texas Chevy dealers. Chevy drives Texas.